Okay, are we ready?
Looks like yes.
Okay, so welcome everyone to the Lawrence Douglas County Metropolitan Planning Organization Policy Board meeting for December 17th. It is our final meeting of 2020 and sadly my final meeting. So I'll have Jessica get us started off with our legalese.
Jessica Mortinger, Transportation Planning Manager, and I today, with the help of Ashley Myers, Transportation Planner, in the City Commission room, will facilitate the Zoom portion of the meeting. We will work alongside Chair Michelle DeRusso to facilitate the meeting proceedings. Currently, everyone else is muted while we go over the ground rules for today's meeting. This meeting is being recorded and broadcast live on the City of Lawrence's YouTube channel. During the meeting, please mute yourself by clicking on the microphone icon. When you are muted, a red line will appear over the icon. This will make it easier for everyone to hear the meeting. Just remember to unmute if and when you want to speak. Please remember to state your name and title for the benefit of those listening remotely before you do speak. You can also turn your video on and off by clicking on the video icon on the menu. For the purpose of this public meeting, please keep your video on when you are participating in the meeting. When you are not participating, it's okay to turn your video off. Just remember to turn your video back on when you are participating. If you're participating by phone, you can enter *6 to mute and unmute your phone. Somewhere on your Zoom screen, you also see an option to choose between speaker and gallery view. Speaker view shows the active speaker. Gallery view tiles all the meeting participants. Individuals who have signed up in advance to speak to provide public comment will be called upon by name. At this point in time, no one has requested and signed up in advance to provide public comment. The chair will call the in-person public comment for those who are physically present. At this point in time, Ashley, unless you indicate otherwise, no one is present to provide in-person public comment. Staff will direct anybody who does come to follow social distancing to the podium to speak and follow other safety protocols. All motions will need to be stated clearly. After a motion is made and seconded, staff will call on each member to individually provide their vote. Staff will then announce whether the motion carried in the count of the vote. Now I'll turn the meeting back over to the chair.
Chairman Michelle DeRusso. So with no public comment, we'll move on to approve the minutes. Do we have a motion to approve the November 19, 2020 minutes?
Oh, Michelle, can we do the introductions first?
I'm sorry, I thought that was what Jessica just handled. We have more introductions.
Yeah, she did the
Okay.
first part. I have the second
Sorry.
part. Okay. I'm Ashley Myers, Transportation Planner. Courtney Shipley.
Here.
Brad Finkeldine.
Here.
Michelle DeRusso.
Here.
Eric Struckoff is not here. Rob Sands.
Here.
Brian Kramer.
Here.
And Matt Messina.
Here.
And then also we have Allison KDOT from, or I'm sorry, Allison Smith from KDOT, and Adam Weigel from Lawrence Transit, and Jeff Crick from Planning and Development Services. Now I'll turn it over to you.
Okay, so to approve the minutes from the November 19, 2020 meeting, do we have a motion to approve?
Mayor Finkel, I move to approve.
We have a second?
Cena, KDOT, second.
Okay, Ashley, do you want to?
Yes, please. So Ashley Myers, Transportation Planner. Courtney?
Aye.
Brad?
Aye.
Michelle?
Aye.
Rob?
Aye.
Brian?
Aye.
And Matt?
Aye.
All right, that passes 6-0.
Michelle DeRusso. Thank you, Ashley. So our first agenda item, ITS Architecture Plan Update Steering Committee, and Ashley's going to handle this agenda item.
Thank you again. My name is Ashley Myers, Transportation Planner. So on the agenda, we have a steering committee that we put together to update the Intelligent Transportation Systems Regional Architecture that was created in 2014. This is something that the MPO is federally required to have, and it's about linking together all the different transportation systems like traffic lights and the fire truck, how they can preempt the traffic light and all that kind of stuff. And so we just needed to have a group to look at that information and decide if it needed to be updated. And so we developed this steering committee to work on that. And the reason why there's so many people from Lawrence on the list is because a majority of the items are in Lawrence, the intelligent transportation system elements. Any questions about that?
No questions for Ashley? Michelle DeRusso. So I guess we're looking, I just want to make sure we just need a motion to approve the ITS architecture plan updates during committee. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Do we have a motion?
Brad Finkel, I move to approve the ITS Architecture Plan Update Steering Committee.
Is there a second?
Vice Mayor Shipley, I second.
Moved and seconded, Ashley?
All right, Ashley Myers, Transportation Planner. Courtney?
Aye.
Brad?
Aye.
Michelle?
Aye.
Rob?
Aye.
Brian?
Aye.
And Matt?
Aye.
That passes 6-0. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashley. Agenda item 2, we have the Transit Route Redesign Steering Committee. Adam Weigel is going to take care of this agenda item for us.
Good afternoon, everyone. Adam Weigel, Transit and Parking Manager for the City of Lawrence. So it has been about a decade's worth of our bus transfers operating under temporary conditions and in the downtown area. And as part of the development of that main transfer facility at Bob Billings and Crestline, we also need to discuss what route redesign looks like to serve that facility, but also an opportunity to look at how transit more holistically serves the city. So in 2021, we're looking at this route redesign study and have put together a steering committee that we hope is a pretty well-rounded steering committee, people who will look at bus routes and transit service from a lot of different lenses and perspectives. So are interested if there's any thoughts or gaps that you see, but I'm hoping that this group will serve us well in helping guide our consultants through that process next year and ensure that we get out the public outreach to the different communities that we want to get out to.
Michelle DeRusso. Thank you, Adam. Are there any questions for Adam?
This is Brad Finkel. I just curious, sometimes on these sorts of committees, it's to have people on it that use it, I'm not sure. Some of the folks on here, maybe they use it, maybe they don't, I don't know, but maybe one or two just users, kind of public users of it. Just a question or thought.
Yeah, that's a great question and a good point. And Adam Weigel, Transit and Parking Manager. I think our intent from that angle was that through PTAC, through membership through PTAC, where hopefully the nominee or nominees that would come out of that group would be users. I think there's a chance that some of these other folks are also users. I mean, looking at Multimodal Transportation Commission and the KU Transportation Commission designees, I think we'll have a chance to have some other user groups in there. But that's certainly a perspective that we want not only on the steering committee, but definitely intentionally as we're doing our public outreach. So I think that's how we had planned to include them as part of this group, but are interested if there's other thoughts.
Brad Finkel, I think that answers my question. I just wanted to be sure we had that perspective. And again, I don't know all these people, but certainly knowing that some of those others could be on there, that satisfies me.
Adam Weigel, I'll just add too that I'm excited and for the intentional inclusion of a bus operator as well. I think that was an important perspective. Someone who's out there on routes every day, I think will provide good insight that we probably can't get from anywhere else.
Michelle DeRusso. That's great, Adam. Thank you. Any other questions or suggestions? No? Okay. Do we have a motion to approve the Transit Route Redesign Steering Committee?
Brad Finkel, I move to approve the Transit Route Redesign Steering Committee.
Do we have a second?
Rob Sands, second.
Moved and seconded. Ashley?
Ashley Myers, Transportation Planner. Courtney?
Aye.
Brad?
Aye.
Michelle?
Aye.
Rob?
Aye.
Brian?
Aye.
And Matt.
Aye.
That passes 6-0. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashley. Michelle DeRusso, our third agenda item is the Transportation 2040 Amendment 1. Jessica?
Hopefully everyone can see this presentation.
Yes.
We're bringing for your consideration today an amendment to our long-range transportation plan T2040 or Transportation 2040 for the addition and movement of 2 projects to the fiscally constrained project list. That would be these 2 projects had been identified as part of the state process in the new state transportation plan, IKE. And therefore, in order to program them, need to be included in the fiscally constrained portion of the long-range plan. KDOT has requested this amendment based on those programs and the beginning process of them being funded in the KDOT IKE pipeline. This pipeline is a little bit different than the previous state plan that selected projects and committed them for construction. But neither of these projects yet have committed funding for construction, but they're in the process in the pipeline with both of them with PE and with the US 40K10 utilities and right-of-way also. The US K10 US 40K10 interchange improvements, the proposed diverging diamond is already listed in T2040. However, it was on the illustrative list because it didn't have the adequate funding and or commitment at the time when we did the plan. So it got put on the wish list. It was already included in the public engagement and the planning process. There just wasn't adequate funding to include it on the fiscally constrained list. The US 56 reconstruction was not in the plan, but is a modernization project that got identified as part of the state planning process and will include some added improvements to that roadway in addition to just pavement condition. Both of these projects, you can see where they're located throughout the county and the extent of these projects in relation to our MPO area. The US 40K10 diverging diamond interchange will be the first in Douglas County, but is used in a lot of places. It will provide significant safety benefit by reducing the conflicts and the conflict points that a conventional interchange has. And so here are some diagrams that kind of show you what that looks like and what those conflict points look like in that design process. This was a recommendation that originally was included and discussed as part of the US 40 area, K10 area plan. We evaluated this project in relationship to the long-range plan goals, and you can see we believe that this serves 3 of the goals in the plan, but by providing access and choice, improving the multimodal connection across this area of road, particularly as the community continues to grow to the west, and additional capacity and safety. Since 2014, some traffic lights were installed as interim improvements to help the flow and queuing on K10 access ramps. But there still is quite a crash history, and this is we have shown you this since 2015, since the installation of those lights. So this is a very significant safety project for the county. And you can kind of see that here where those crashes are happening and how the reduction of conflict points should provide crash benefit to this area. The US 56 reconstruction. This is a project that different MPOs weigh whether or not they're going to include these type of reconstruction projects in their plan. We believe staff recommends that it should be included in the plan. It financially is the same, it's about $15 million project, and it's the same, that's equivalent to the entire 5-year band of county projects. And so fiscally, it's a large section, fiscally, it's a large project amount. It also modernizes it and brings paved shoulders into compliance with what the bikeway plan would recommend for comfortable shared infrastructure and for this section of the county. And this also has a crash history. And you can see, although the pavement condition isn't the worst, the modernization of this roadway will be valuable to all users who travel along this section. And you can see the benefit kind of some of that crash history there. Here's the overall project budget for the US 40K10 project. And as you note on the right side, we have, this will be some more detail that's added into the transportation improvement program that we'll be looking at processing in February after this plan amendment is approved. And you can see it's not authorized, as I mentioned, for construction yet. We make some assumptions about when that might happen in project bands, but that funding has not yet been committed and will require a future. So this would be what we would program in the next TIP amendment. And then in the future, when KDOT is ready to progress this project in the pipeline, this project would move and there would be another TIP amendment to program that funding. Likewise, here's the US 56 reconstruction, which is only currently authorized for PE, and those additional phases would also require a TIP amendment in the future to program funding as these projects continue to move through the pipeline. So we discussed the need to have both of these projects in our long-range plan so they can then be amended into our transportation improvement program. And that process is the order of which we do things. We anticipate the process of going through this amendment. If you recommend it for approval today, we'll begin that process. It requires a 30-day public comment period, and that would allow you to bring back to consider approving the amendment in February with consideration for the comment that we receive. And that would be at the same timeline for our next TIP amendment. And so then KDOT would begin to spend money and complete design plans for both of these projects. That 30-day public comment period, these are state projects that have been selected for funding through that program. And so we consider these projects additions consistent with the planning work that has been done for T2040. And 30-day public comment period would provide an opportunity for people to comment on including them in the plan for the elements that are open to comment. It does not open the entire plan for public comment, just these project additions and changes. And we would do a process where it would be posted online, notified in a paid public advertisement in the paper, and paper versions would be made available at all of these sites per our public participation plan with potential consideration at TAC and MPO in February. That's what I have proposed that goes along with the memo where we have showed you hopefully what we intend to show as part of this public comment period, which was what was attached to the agenda. I'd be happy to defer any questions about project specifics to KDOT and or answer any other questions you might have about the T2040 amendment process.
Thank you, Jessica. Are there any questions for Jessica or Rob, you have one?
Just a quick one. When are we doing the TIP amendments this year?
I'm Ashley Myers, Transportation Planner. So the next one that's scheduled will be in February also.
Any other questions? Okay, Michelle DeRusso, if not, then do we have a motion to approve releasing the Transportation 2040 Amendment 1 for a 30-day public comment period?
Rob Sands, so moved.
We have a second.
Brad Finkel, second.
Moved and seconded. Ashley?
Ashley Myers, Transportation Planner. Courtney?
Aye.
Brad?
Aye.
Michelle?
Aye.
Rob?
Aye.
Brian?
Aye.
Matt?
Aye.
That passes 6-0.
Thank you, Ashley. Okay, so we're on to updates. Ashley, Jessica, who's
I think that's me.
okay?
So I'm Ashley Myers, Transportation Planner, and we included on your agenda the federal fiscal year 2020 list of projects that have obligated federal funds. This is something we do every year. We get information from KDOT and then put this report out. And it shows how projects are moving through the basically construction process. So it'll start when it has the PE funding and then goes through everything. And we include this in the tip. So the next tip amendment in February will include this chart. And we post online. So if you're curious of looking at all the years, you could see it. So this is just for your information. And then the monthly KDOT update, Matt provided us that, and they are updating it as available, I guess, Matt. And they're keeping the old record online so you can look at past updates if you'd like. Matt, do you have anything you'd like to share about that?
Yeah, Matt Messina, KDOT. Two significant updates to this version would be the announcement of our new communications director with some contact info attached, our public information officer, whatever you prefer to call them. And we've also, the planning department has launched publicly our new public engagement process for the active transportation plan. It's been 25 years since we've done a transportation plan that focused on state needs for people that walk, bike, use a wheelchair, or the electric scooters. We're going all out on this one. So there's a little bit of information there for links and videos and how you can take surveys and provide feedback on your transportation needs, and also ways to share and become involved if you're interested. And if there are any questions on anything else that was provided, I'm here, and so is Allison.
Any questions for Allison or Matt? Okay. I guess we'll move on to number 3, Ashley.
Yeah, so Ashley Myers, Transportation Planner. Just for your information, the recent TAC minutes are included.
Okay, thank you. Michelle DeRusso, is there any other business?
Jessica Mortinger, Transportation Planning Manager. Michelle, I think we just want to take the opportunity to thank you for your service as chair and to the MPO Policy Board with you leaving the commission, and also note that Brian Kramer will be leaving us as a voting member in 2021, and we will welcome our Eudora member as a voting member in 2021 on the MPO Policy Board. So we'll have a few new faces when you all join us next year on our MPO Policy Board. But thank you, Michelle and Brian, for your service to the MPO Policy Board.
Thank you. So it looks like your next meeting is January 21st, 2021. And I just want to take a minute to thank all of you. It's been a very interesting 4 years on the MPO. I learned a lot of things that I had no idea about. So it's been very enjoyable, very interesting, and Jessica and Ashley, you two do a fantastic job, and thank you for your patience with me. And because at first it was a lot to take in. It was like, wow, okay. But yeah, thank you. And thanks to all of you for your participation and your work on this. So keep up the good work. Anything else? Okay, we move to adjourn. Happy holidays, everybody.
Thank you. We'll see you in 2021.
All right, stay healthy and stay safe.
All right, Porter, we're done. Do I need to text you? Okay.
Nope, hang on.
That's a little bit different than what you're used to.
Sorry, with the, whoops.